However, the Herbert haters, and yes, I just coined that, they've got some ammo because Justin Herbert does not have a playoff win in 3 trips. He's had 6 seasons in the league, 0 playoff wins. So naturally, he's overrated. The smart guys who want to look at actual stats will know that in the regular season, Justin Herbert's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You can look at the EPA numbers. He's incredible. All the advanced stats love Justin Herbert. Here's the thing. He's played on essentially structurally flawed rosters, okay? He's resorted to hero ball because they can't get him any weapons. And he's looking at entering year 7 without a playoff win. Now, obviously, you can't really defend how poor he played in the postseason last year against the was it the Patriots? No, it wasn't the Patriots. But Herbert had a bad playoff game last year, 2 years ago on the Texans when he was atrocious. In his rookie year, or not his rookie year, but in his first playoff appearance, he had a huge lead against Trevor Lawrence and they blew it. And you'll say, oh, well, he can't win in the playoffs. Guys, he's also had Brandon Staley and Anthony Lynn as 2 of his head coaches. And so my comparison when I started looking around Justin Herbert's career is, well, what if he's Matt Stafford, who had structurally flawed rosters in Detroit, coaching instability in Detroit, but is an awesome quarterback according to the metrics, and has resorted to hero ball because he don't got the weapons. Now, Stafford did have Megatron, which was a huge edge over anything Herbert's had. But it's like Stafford didn't win a playoff game until year 13. And after just a couple seasons with a great coach and a great roster, Stafford now is being talked about as a top 10 quarterback all time. I don't hate that argument. But remember what he was in Detroit. Oh, he's overrated because he can't get it done. Guys, this ain't baseball where it's one-on-one. Pitcher versus batter. That's not what football is. This is 11 on 11. Herbert leaves the field and the defense comes on. Then there's special teams. Like the Herbert bashing is getting silly. And Mark Schlereth earlier today, he put it pretty well on Herbert. Take a listen.
We say this about Lamar Jackson all the time. Hey, man, win MVPs in the regular season, that's great. But you've got to be able to do it come playoff time. And that's one of the things that Herbert has to do. And you're right. Like both starting tackles last year were gone. And, and they got beat up by the New England Patriots. But, this is a league where up all night with a crying baby, nobody cares. You got to go out there and play well in playoff time, and that's what Herbert has to do. Herbert's got to go out and play better. I think in playoff competition, he's got like 2 TDs and 4 interceptions. He's got to play better in those situations, regardless of who he's lining up with.
Even when J-Mac attempts to defend Justin Herbert, he's honestly not doing the best job. Herbert is not why they lost against the Houston Texans, and he's not why they lost against the Patriots. I unpacked that Texans game in detail. Go watch that video. I love it. It's one of my favorites that I've ever made, and I'm not just saying that. I don't think every video I make is amazing, but that one genuinely is. I broke down every single major play I had access to and compared it with the Chiefs-Texans game and the Chargers-Texans game. The difference was night and day. Blaming Justin Herbert is comically, hilariously absurd. The sheer intensity of the offensive line collapse was next level. Plays where Herbert literally had 0.3 seconds to make something happen. It's just ridiculous. Then last season, the narrative became, you just got to play better in the playoffs. Yeah, that sounds great. The accomplishment was making the playoffs, given how limited that team was. That was the achievement, and that's okay. The accomplishment doesn't always have to be making or winning the Super Bowl. Think about Matthew Stafford and the Rams. That team was significantly better than the Chargers. Significantly better. It's not even close. And they didn't win the Super Bowl either. So if there's that wide of a gap, the fact that the Chargers were able to make the playoffs is pretty remarkable. They lost in the playoffs, yes. If they had won, it would have been even more insane. And let's be fair. E is here, the Rams got lucky against the Panthers. They deserved to win, they made the plays, but Stafford was fortunate more than anything. He threw a terrible interception that Puka Nacua saved, which Sean McVay himself said saved the game. So that's bailing Stafford out. And against the Bears, Chicago should have won that game, clearly, obviously. Before I go further, I want to extend a request to all the Chargers fans out there. Please, please, please do not forget to subscribe and watch the full-length video, because that is without question the best way to support this channel. It allows us to keep having the most impartial, well-reasoned, and transparent conversations about the Chargers. Your support makes a massive difference, and I truly, truly appreciate it. But I want to be very clear here, because J-Mac brought up Matthew Stafford, which is perfect. I love Stafford, I think he's elite, special, and an all-time great quarterback. But let's look at the postseason numbers. Herbert only played one game. He was pressured 25 times. Stafford in 3 games was pressured 39 times. Stafford had 128 dropbacks, Herbert had 144. Stafford was pressured on 30% of his dropbacks. Herbert was pressured on 57%, nearly double. When you look at drops, Herbert actually had a higher adjusted completion percentage of 72.4% compared to Stafford's 62.5%. Herbert had 2 drops in 1 game, Stafford had 4 drops in 3 games. Drop percentage, 9.5% for Herbert, 5.7% for Stafford. It's Pret. Ty crazy. Herbert had to scramble 7 times in 1 game. Drake May, who played 4 games, scrambled 13 times. Herbert would have been on pace for 28 scrambles if he'd played 4 games. Jalen Hurts played 4 games in the 2024 playoffs and scrambled 10 times. Patrick Mahomes played 3 games and scrambled 14 times against the Texans, Bills, and Eagles. Herbert would have been on pace for 28 scrambles. Mahomes in 2023 played 4 playoff games and scrambled 13 times. No one else is even in the 20s. Lamar Jackson in 2023 played 2 games and scrambled 9 times. In 2022, no one had over 10 scrambles. Mahomes in 2021 had 13. These are postseason stats. So we really don't know how to actually have the conversation surrounding Justin Herbert. At all. We really, really don't. It's just absurd. And this is why I love Mark Schlereth. I love his honesty and his shoot-from-the-hip mentality. He has a ton of knowledge, but I learned years ago that he still views things through the lens of a player echoing coach speak. It's all about we, not me. Just step up, next man up, rise to the occasion. You got to be at your best in the playoffs. But there are a lot of other factors at play. I appreciate and respect his mentality, and I find it inspiring honestly, but there are other factors. Herbert is not why they lost against the Jaguars. He was not the problem. He was not why they lost against the Texans or the Patriots. Could he have theoretically played better in those games? I'm sure. But given the circumstances, I'm not losing sleep over it. Mahomes in 2024 could have played better against the Eagles, no doubt. But he was not why they lost. I made a video right after the Super Bowl, and when Nick said Mahomes deserved a lot of blame, I disagreed. Chiefs fans praised me for not doing a victory lap and bashing Mahomes. I still have screenshots saved. I don't blame Mahomes for that loss at all. He should have played better, especially if he's considered the GOAT, but I don't blame him for the loss. That's essentially what Herbert has found himself in, year after year with the Chargers. The goodwill will start to fade? No. The goodwill should only be refilled at this point. Do you understand that? What do you think he should have been able to do against the Texans? Watch that video, there's just nothing for Herbert to do. Nothing. Last season, that team shouldn't have even been in the playoffs. Most quarterbacks wouldn't have even made it. Herbert gets surgery, then the next game gets absolutely lit up with 7 sacks, 10 carries, 66 yards, and gets his team to victory. The broadcast team couldn't believe he was taking that much contact post-surgery. That's the definition of Superman. That's the definition of an MVP right there. So the goodwill will start to fade? No. The goodwill should be refilled even more. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the San Diego Los Angeles Chargers and the Herbert Ha? Ters? I guess J-Mac invented that, that's news to me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, whether you agree with me or disagree. Let's get into some discussions, get into some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, it really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.